Hey, what's up, gamers? This is Skull Mystic. Welcome to another edition of Fact vs. Fail, where I bring up common game concepts and tell you whether or not they're true, false, a bunch of lies, or the gospel itself. This time I want to start with one that I have to admit I hadn't heard myself, but from the way it was worded to me, it sounds like something that people will legitimately say, and so I want to address it in this Fact vs. Fail first off the bat. And that is this question here. If you wait till the end of the month to open up your packs, whether they're gifted or not, whether you buy them or whether they're gifted or not, you won't get as good of drops because all the good drops have been taken. Now, I know you guys, I can see all right now, you're probably snickering at that or probably outright laughing because I kind of had to hold my lips straight whenever I heard it. The answer to that question is... no! I have never ever in my life heard that pack drops are affected by the time... you just about say that the pack drops were affected by the phases of the moon. It's just not going to happen. Pack drops are straight by from that magic random number generator that we all know and hate. I'm sorry, love. I meant love, yeah, that's where I'm at. And aren't affected by anything other than the random number generator. I personally have had packs at the beginning of the month, end of the month, middle of the month, and on leap year sometimes. And I have never had a variance or never noticed a variance in the drops that I got. There are certain packs, give me one moment. Had to wet the whistle a little bit. There are certain packs that I've done before, like the Hydra pack. I one time got 3 mounts in the first 10 packs. One time that actually happened. And then I gifted 2 packs to people and they got mounts. So that was a pretty good stroke of luck. I've had other times, and you guys have seen it on pack opening videos, where I've gotten a couple of mounts, or 3 or 4 mounts, or even more. 3 or 4 or even more. Sound like Dr. Seuss. And then there's been other times where I've opened 20,000 crowns worth of packs and didn't get jack. Beep, 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 beep. Jack, beep. There you go. At all, as far as mounts went. I got myself confused a little bit there. I was trying not to curse, because this being a wizard video and all. Anyway, so the point of this whole thing being is I highly doubt that pack drops are affected by the time of the month. Let's just move away from that question now, kind of edge away from it carefully, giving it the evil eye as we go, and move on to the next question. The next question is going to be, and I've heard this one a lot myself. Actually, someone said this to me before, and I was like, wait, what? You must be crazy. The question that they asked me, or that they said, the statement they said to me was that if you pick up the pearls or the reagents in waterworks, you'll get crappy drops. Now, in answer to that, we're going to refer back to question 1 whenever you guys were like snickering and laughing at me, because, well, the answer to that question is this. No! If you pick up the reagents, it does not make one bit of difference in the effect of the drops for the final bosses or any of the bosses in between. It makes no difference. Again, it's that happy-go-lucky random number generator just giving you this big shaft. That's what's happening whenever you get no drops. That's it. That's all. That's the story as we all know it. Okay? So please, by all means, if you don't think you're going to get any drops, go in there and get all the reagents you can, because you'll at least get something. That sounds like a reasonable answer to me. Alrighty. This is one I have seen countless times. And that is whenever someone's pet heals, they say good boy or good girl. When asked, they say that it encourages their pet to heal more. The answer to that statement is... you got it. Not happening. Again with the Mr. Madman random number... totally tongue-tied. Again with the Mr. Madman random number generator. That's all that random number generator affects so much of this game behind the scenes. You just wouldn't believe it. It even affects, I would imagine, the number of wisps that are out here in any given time. I'm sure they have a set number max that there can be. But someone comes along, picks up wisps, I bet they pop right back up sometimes, or sometimes they don't pop back up for a couple minutes. It's all in that master random number generator. That bad boy works overtime to give us a big old screw in whenever we don't want one. Okay, on to the next question. This is another classic, lovely question. But it's not one that deserves snickering or laughing because, well, this one's dead serious. Dying in Malastare, which means dying in Darkmoor. Dying in Darkmoor will screw up the boss drops. Now, the reason I'm not laughing about this one is because I've been a victim of that a bunch of times. The answer to that question is this. No, as sad as it may seem, and as many times as you may seem like you got screwed out of drops in Darkmoor from Malastare, dying has nothing to do with it. I've done it both ways, where people were dying off like they had the Black Plague, and other times where we had like the Marvel's Avengers in there, and they were all just whipping that booty, just putting the smack up on it, to where Malastare had red cheeks. Nobody died, and he took a beating. And still didn't cough. He probably didn't cough up the drops that time because he was mad, but, well, you never know. Anyway, dying in Malastare does not affect the drops. It's, again, that pesky random number generator. Whenever I was getting my Malastare gear, I did not get my first piece at all until I had done 25 runs. And then I got my first piece. And then it took me another 25 before I got my set of gear. So I ran 50 times to get my Malastare gear. It's it's not funny at all, but no, guys, dying has nothing to do with Malastare drops. Nothing. Let me see. I do believe I'm going to do one more. Plants. Oops. I ducked in the door, but that's okay. I'm sure that Morel is happy to see me. Hi, Morel. How you doing? Let me go back out here and leave you alone. I wasn't paying attention. Ran through the door. Oops. Anyway, where I was getting at, the harvest. It's been said that if you don't harvest your plants until Elder, in other words, you don't harvest any of those mid-adult level drops, that you're guaranteed to get the seed back whenever you harvest Elder. The answer to that, let me park it right here and give you a good, solid, serious look in the eye. The answer to that is nope. Doesn't happen. Only certain plants such as couch potatoes and evil magma peas, examples like that, are the only ones that will give you seeds back. It doesn't matter when you harvest. That has nothing to do with whether or not you get a seed back. Sometimes you'll get a seed back as a luck drop. Sometimes you're guaranteed to get a seed back. But the time of harvest has nothing to do with that. Now, there are a lot, as always, there are a lot more facts and definitely a lot more fails as far as gameplay questions go, but I have rattled it off and made a few laps around the commons here, and I think I've said enough this time, and you guys are probably tired of hearing it. At least you might be. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give that like button a smack down. I can really use it. It hasn't had a good beating in a long time. And until next time, this is Skeletal Mystic reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace! Hey, what's up gamers, this is Skeletal Mystic. Welcome back to part 2 of Pet Training Baby Tomega, the Beastmaster's Eagle. There's a few things that you ought to know about right off the bat, and that is, for one thing, you might notice the name change. And for another, whenever you go to see the stats and talents of the pet, you'll notice it's a little bit different.